Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Way Outdoors. Today is Saturday, September 24th, and I'm at the Silver Dollar Lake Trailhead, where I'm going to be hiking 3 13ers today. I'm doing kind of what they call a lollipop hike today, where I'll be taking a trail out, doing a loop over 3 13ers, and the same trail ultimately back to the trailhead here. Today I will be hiking Mount Wilcox, Argentine Peak, and Square Top Mountain. It is just before 7 o'clock. The hike is supposed to be about 9.5 miles with 4,200 feet of elevation gain, and I'm stoked to get this going. I am the only car in the parking lot right now, which is pretty sweet. I did see one hiker on the road coming up right now, and he already started up the trail, so as of now, just seems like a couple of us here. I'm excited to do some 13ers here, get a little more solitude. There's definitely less people out on the trail. There was actually a line of cars going up towards Guanella Pass and the Mount Bierstadt trailhead. So Mount Bierstadt is just over this way. Very popular hike, one of the most popular 14ers for sure, if not the most popular. And I actually did it, I've done it twice technically. I got plenty of snacks, plenty of beer, and I'm excited to hit the trail here. Let's get it going. Alright, I am off. Headed up the Silver Dollar Lake Trailhead. It's a pretty chilly morning. About 29 degrees when I pulled up to the trailhead. And highs today are expected to be only in the 40s, so it's going to be a chilly one. I brought some gloves and a rain jacket, a windbreaker, just in case. But this trail's pretty straight up to begin with, pretty steep and rocky, and I should get to a lake in a mile or so, and then I'm going to be headed north up the ridge of Mount Wilcox. I want to say one thing before I really get going on the hike here and get above tree line. It's probably going to be pretty windy today, so I'm going to be doing a little bit less talking and more filming. But when I get a windbreak, I'll still describe the route and everything else. But it's going to be pretty exposed all the rest of the day, going along everything. So, all right, let's get going. A little windy, but beautiful trail so far. Alright, I'm about an hour 20 into the hike, maybe 2 miles in, and just kind of split off from Murray Lake, and I'm going to be heading up straight up here. You can see a climber right up this kind of gully at the top there, and Wilcox is the large peak behind it. So just going to beeline it up the slopes. There's two options. You can either kind of go up to the saddle in between Argentine and Wilcox and then head back up to Wilcox. I'm just going to send it straight up. I enjoy just pushing it vertical, make quick miles that way, and I don't mind it at all. So take a quick break, eat a banana. All right, I just made it up that gully. That's looking the way I came, and there's a Mountain Bierstadt and a Sawtooth. And this is looking at Wilcox. This is real stuff here. Oof. This is a steep one. No trail. This is pretty much the angle I'm hiking. Now you can kind of see how steep this is. No joke. No trail. No joke. Getting up to there. Whew. All right, I've made it up this forsaken ridge. There's Bierstadt. Evans is out there, and that's the summit of Wilcox. I'm gonna be heading up there. This is my first views looking north. It might be pretty windy right here. I'm officially on Talus now. Just a straight shot of the summit. That's looking over toward Argentine Peak that I'm going to be headed. That is Grays and Torreys to the west, and Edwards, which is a centennial, one of the top 100 highest peaks. I think it's like 13,854, somewhere around there. Beautiful day. No clouds really. Lots of people down at the Mount Bierstadt parking lot though, as you can see. And I started right down there, a little bit before the lake. All right, I made it to the summit of Mount Wilcox, the first of 3 13ers hopefully. And today's summit beer is a collaboration between Fremont Brewing and Half Acre. Cool collab, it's called Ectoplasm, 7%. Let's try this guy out. Mountain goat with a snake for one of its horns. It's funny, I actually talked to a hiker on the way up, and they were saying that they ran into some mountain goats up on Argentine. Beautiful day. There were 2 other guys on the summit. One of them had a couple of doggos. Fantastic so far. Cannot complain. This is what the way down Wilcox looks like. Lots of rocks. Just kind of want to make sure you're testing your footing if it's not a rock you think you can trust. I'm making progress heading up towards Argentine. What a gorgeous day. There's some vehicles heading up this road. You can see them there. A couple are actually just right out of view on the corner. That is quite a caravan. That's 2. Which is a part of the Continental Divide Trail. There is Grays and Torreys Peak, 14ers. Pretty sweet, 13ers.com. Got the register here, and this is pretty awesome. This is the, how did I get that last time? There we go. Continental Divide. Looking back, that is Wilcox over there. to where I came from. Had to descend and come back up. Pretty good little hike back up. I think about 800 feet vertical. And that is flat top. Clearly it looks flatter now that I'm up here. But again, got to go down and then back up there. So I got the summit to myself up here. Just got these guys in, first time in almost 3 years. So
have a take at the
super light Pilsner, 4.9%.
Yeah, challenging. Yeah, it's younger.
Yeah, it's tasty. Got some mountain goats up here. Cheers. All right, that's the way I came down. I kind of broke the trail. The trail going to the Guanella Pass trailhead goes that way, and I'm ultimately just kind of beelining it down a ridge. There's actually a couple down there. I'm going to ask them where they came from, because according to my routing is I'm going to get to that saddle right there and I'm going to drop down into a gully back into that initial valley where I will be parked. This is what a moderately steep grass slope is, according to the trail report I read. Very steep, doing this sideways step thing, that skier's step, but I'm not in danger by any means. So that's what I've been coming down. The creek that the person in the trail report mentioned is down here, kind of frozen, but I just got to make it down to there, so might be dealing with some rocks, but basically just did like a crux move, came down along that, very steep, but I'm just gonna follow this and I'll be good to go. Well, that was pretty sweet. Made it down this ridge and decided to go in for a dunk. So had to jump in Silver Dollar Lake. Didn't disappoint. There's a lot of people hanging around out here. Just a beautiful afternoon. Colors are starting to pop. All right, I am just about back. There's been a ton of people on this trail. I mean, I've seriously seen probably 40 or 50 people. Busy trail indeed. What a great day. Beautiful temperatures. I mean, it's late September and I'm wearing a t-shirt now in the afternoon, so pretty sweet. Had great beer, great trail. Got 3 13ers. Really curious to see this parking lot. Remember, I was the very first car in it. So this is gonna be pretty wild, I bet. All right, it is 3:50. I have made it back to the trailhead and successfully completed Wilcox, Argentine, and Flat Top. So 3 13ers today. Yeah. Big day, about 11 miles. Probably about 4,800 feet of gain, I think, and equal loss. The 3 13ers today were great. The weather held up, and there were just a ton of people on the trail the last mile. Everything was fantastic. Gaining the ridge up to Wilcox was pretty steep, but real straightforward. And then the ridge going over to Argentine was pretty steep as well, but didn't run into anybody on that whole section of the hike until I got to the summit of Argentine and saw 3 more guys. And then from Argentine to Flat Top, I didn't see another person on the ridge or the trail until I got to the top. And that's where there were a good amount of people. Probably saw 24 people up there. And then descending the gully, that was like the one, not sketchy part, but it's not really on any maps. And I did read a trip report, and you know, sure enough, the guy was right. There was 1 or 2 real steep parts where kind of the rocks were sliding along as you slid down it, like skiing down the rocks. But I kind of hung next to a big boulder that I was able to kind of hold on to and descend next to the creek bed. So it wasn't necessarily sketchy. I knew I could do it, but just hard on the knees. Once I got to the lake though, jumped in, felt amazing. That lake was a lot colder than the Wind River Range lakes we did, and that was just a few weeks ago. So great day. Gonna head back now. Should be about an 1.5 hour drive, and couldn't ask for a better September weather right now for this hike. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and take care.